Reason why
Talked about using some of Trump's money that you're about to get to help shore up women's rights. Do you know what that might be, what that might look like?
Yes, Rachel. Yes.
Tell me.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money.
So this is the judicial system of today, a judicial system that goes after people simply because he's disliked, okay? And that man is Donald Trump. A New York jury awarded Jean Carroll, whatever she calls herself, $83.3 million in a defamation case brought against Trump from this Carroll woman. That on top of a $5 million sexual assault award that she was given against Trump last year in another case. This right here, in my opinion, is just another attempt by the left to destroy a man who they are so scared of. They are so afraid that he's going to get back in the White House that they are going to do anything and everything they can to destroy him, bankrupt him, and put him in prison. Well, everything they do to Donald Trump, as you already know, just makes him more popular. Because people are tired of the left-wing ways of trying to destroy people just to save themselves. Because that's all this is. Well, this Jean Carroll is doing a media tour right now. She stopped in to see Rachel Maddow, you know, the Rachel Maddow who hates everything, hates men, thinks all men are misogynists and racist. But she's, quite frankly, is the only white woman who hates men, but she looks like a white man. So I'm not sure what her deal is, other than she makes like $30 million to do a show that's on one day a week. Tell me that's not outrageous. And she spews her hate just like Joy Reid and just like The View. But anyways, here's a clip of Jean on Rachel Maddow. And then she went on to CNN to tell them about her big plans for all this money. Have a look at this.
Talked about using some of Trump's money that you're about to get to help shore up women's rights. Do you know what that might be, what that might look like?
Yes, Rachel. Yes.
Tell me.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel, you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours,
Nothing.
Rachel. Penthouse and France? You want France? You want to go fishing in France? No? Oh. All right, okay.
That's a joke.
Although if me fishing in France could do something for women's rights, I would take the hit. You know, I would obviously take one.
Great ideas.
You may soon, though, have quite a bit of his money, and I wonder how you plan to use that.
Oh, it's inspiring. We talk about it a lot. We're going to do good with that money. We're going to do... Mary Trump has suggested we turn Trump Tower into an animal sanctuary, for instance. A joke. That was a joke, Poppy. No, but we're inspired to not waste a penny of this. And we have some good ideas that we're working on.
Specifically aimed at
what
would oppose Trump?
Donald Trump hates women. Remember the New York Magazine, the famous quote, when they said, Donald, what do you think of women? He said, women, they're not worth a piece of crap. Remember that quote? And so I think one of the things we could do, seeing as how he's very instrumental in taking away women's rights over their bodies across the United States, maybe we can think about how we can restore women their rights. Use a little money for that.
So basically what she's doing is showing the American people that she's a fraud. She thinks it's funny. Now, if she really was sexually assaulted by Donald Trump back in the day, it's my opinion that she wouldn't be making jokes about it. She would try to be putting money into programs and shelters that take care of women who have been abused by men, who have been sexually assaulted. But she's not saying any of that. She thinks it's a joke, just like the left-wing liberal media thinks this is a joke. She's going to buy clothes. She's going to buy shoes. She's going to get a motorcycle for somebody. But the biggest thing she speaks of, she's going to give women their rights back. Now, what rights is she talking about exactly? Because don't we all have the same rights? That's like just like the LGBTs and the Qs saying they want rights. Well, they have the same rights as everybody else also. And I understand the abortion issue, but that is an argument completely separate from this case, okay? Donald Trump didn't take anyone's rights away. Donald Trump is not the president of the United States right now, but they continue to blame everything bad that's happening in this country on the former president. They will not rest until they succeed in completely destroying this man. And that is something that I don't see ever happening. When in your lifetime have you ever seen a person, like him or not, but when have you seen a person keep coming back and coming back and coming back stronger? Everyone that supports Donald Trump for one reason or another knows that the left is simply trying to keep him out of the White House because they are running scared. There is no other argument to be made here. Every single left-leaning news outlet is against Donald Trump and is for Joe Biden. That's all this is. This is an election ploy by the liberals, by the left, to keep Trump out of the White House. We've seen all the cases where they tried to remove him from the ballot. Some states have removed him and had that reversed because that is unconstitutional. But this woman, if she ever gets all that money, because you know there's going to be appeal upon appeal, is making light of it, making a joke of it. And she's entertaining all the leftists with her nonsense about how she's going to spend this money. She doesn't care about anybody. She doesn't even care about Joe Biden. Just listen to her talk. This is a joke to her. It's a show. It's a media circus to give her some attention. And I don't know, and I don't pretend I do know, if the alleged sexual assault actually took place. Okay? But even if it did, she was awarded $5 million for that case. But now they go for defamation? Donald Trump should be suing all these people for defamation because all they've done is bash him since 2016. Okay? But now she's awarded over $83 million in New York, okay, by a judge appointed by Bill Clinton, a New York jury in one of the most left-leaning states in our country. This is nothing more than a fraud. This woman, in my opinion, is a little loose upstairs, okay? And she proved to us that she doesn't care about anybody, because if in fact she gets money, she should be pouring it into programs, shelters, help centers, or whatever to actually take care of women who have been abused by men, physically, emotionally, or sexually. That's important, because that's something that I do not tolerate whatsoever. And unfortunately, I see people like this every day in my line of work, and they have zero remorse. So this is a media circus being pushed by the left to just make Donald Trump look bad. And quite frankly, I still don't believe it's going to work. Donald Trump is going to be on the ballot in November. Whether he wins remains to be seen. This is a media circus to basically showcase this woman saying, look at me, I fought and I won. To be honest with you, I think she's a little nuts, but that's just my opinion. I don't know the woman, never even heard of her before this even started, but just listen to her talk and you be the judge.